are on this gorgeous planet. Welcome to Whole Soul. Listen, if you are new here, we talk about spirituality. We talk about self-development. We talk about aligning ourselves with the collective consciousness of this new earth that we are all creating together. Because it's the end of the world. Not the world, but a world, right? Because 2020 is coming to an end, and it's been a year for all of us. But we are here, and we are growing together. We are healing together, and I'm excited to invite you on my journey, and also just for you to take the journey of your own back to the true self. Today, I want to talk about thoughts. I want to talk about how we are not our thoughts. And what the hell does that even mean in the first place, right? We are not our thoughts. And what is the purpose of our thoughts? Before I even get into this idea that we are not our thoughts serve a purpose. They are tools. They serve an evolutionary purpose. We're the only animal on this planet that has the ability to think, right? And that is a blessing. I'm not even gonna hold you. I'm happy I was born a human this time around. I really am, because thinking gives you this unique ability to understand the world in ways that we originally did not understand it. And so our thoughts serve that purpose to help us survive on this planet, to get what we need, right, to survive. Now, what has happened is we have evolved to a place where a lot of us have become our thoughts. And we don't know that we're not supposed to be doing that. We don't know that we're not supposed to identify heavily with our thoughts. They're just tools. So everything that we think, right, the thoughts, everything that we think about ourselves is not truly us. What do I mean? I think that I'm a sister. I think that I'm a daughter. I think that I'm a social worker. I think that I started a YouTube page. I think that I'm a mother or a father. I think these identities. But that's not who we are actually, right? Those are labels and roles that was created in this society to maintain a level of order. And that's fine, right? Because order is important. But the problem is we don't live up to the expectations of our thoughts. We get sad, we get depressed, we get angry, we get frustrated, we get anxious. That was never the intentions. We allow our thoughts to tell us who we are. We allow them to guide us to a direction, right? So if our thoughts tell us that we are sad, if our thoughts tell us that we're happy, if our thoughts tell us that we are labels or roles, then a lot of us, we believe them. We step into those identities proudly, and we make them a part of who we are. Right? We make them a part of who we are. But that was never the purpose. So essentially what that means is, because we know we are not our thoughts, we have to begin to separate our thoughts from our mind, right? Or separate our thoughts from our identity. You know, and I always like to say we meditate to separate, right? Because meditation is useful to begin to examine, like, oh, wow, yo, dog, I really thought I was these things. And I realized I can see where it created unhappiness, where it created suffering in my mind, because I over-identified with things that was never actually me, right? And so when we separate our thoughts, we can determine who we are not, so that we can get more and more clear through a process, right? Through a process of alchemy and transformation about who we are, right? So the thoughts tell us who we are not. But there's an inner being, a limitless consciousness, a limitless potential that lives and exists inside of us, right? That's who we are. Not a doctor, not lawyers, not gardeners. We're not those things, people. And our thoughts convince us of that. Now, it's okay to identify with those things, right? To be proud of my race, to be proud of, you know, my identity, my heritage. It's okay to be proud to be a mother and a father. But the issue comes in is those things cause us unhappiness when we identify with them too strongly. When we're not in tune with the deeper part of our consciousness, the deeper self. We let the surface self, right, the external self, determine our happiness, determine our life path, the way we move through the world. And so meditation is so useful because it helps us to really see the truth. It helps us to really get quiet enough, to get still enough to determine how we want to move through the world. We can begin to choose our thoughts. We can begin to choose what we allow in our minds. We're the gatekeepers. We run it. You know what I'm saying? We run this. It's not, our thoughts don't run our lives. I always like to position my thoughts and myself as this metaphor of, and someone said this, I can't remember who it was, but the metaphor was, I am sitting on the side of a highway and my thoughts are the cars that are just going by, right? Am I about to run out in that highway and try to get the car and grab the car and get in the car? No, I'm not. I'm not going to do that because I enjoyed life, right? So what we do is we just allow them to just go by, right? We don't try to over identify or make the thought us or a part of our identity. We recognize them for what they are, just thoughts, just tools to help us get through this life that we're living. And so I think it's so important for us to really tap into this idea that we are infinite, limitless beings, and we don't have to become our thoughts, even the bad ones. We can have compassion and non-judgmental perspectives toward our thoughts, and we can begin to choose our thoughts, and as a result our emotions are chosen, and our actions, we choose our actions as well when we can control, not necessarily control our thoughts. I want to be careful about saying that because the mind is automatic. It's like a teenager, and you got to just make friends with it. You got to make friends with your thoughts, and then you can just be like, hey, no, I see what's happening here. Let me put you in your place. Let me set you aside so that I can get clear on who I am. We are, like I said, we are limitless, collective, conscious beings, right? We are a part of this. We are a part of all of this. And so our thoughts limit us. Our thoughts put a block on us. They give us a stop sign to the infinite potential that we could access. And so when we get our thoughts in control, we can begin to be more compassionate and loving toward the people around us, right? We can begin to see the truth of who we are. We can uncover the layers. The thoughts are the layers. We're just peeling them off. That's all we're doing. So thank you so much for watching this video. I hope that you benefited from it in some way. Please like, please subscribe, please share. And let's get in alignment, y'all. Let's get in alignment with our collective consciousness. We deserve it. We deserve to be free, to be liberated. So thank you so much for being with me, being present in this space. And I'll see you soon. Peace and blessings. And Happy New Year, everybody. We made it. We made it. We made it. We did it. We did it. Be thankful. Be grateful for that. And I would encourage you to meditate as well. Meditate on separating those thoughts from from who you are. You know, we're no longer playing in the small I. We're hopping into that big I, that I self, that God consciousness. You know, that's who we are. We're not our thoughts. We're not our occupations. We're not our labels and our roles. We are infinite beings, here to spread love and to add to the light of the universe. Peace and blessings. Peace and blessings.